You think you want to say look at this? And I want more. I'm a victim of what came out of your demon-infested Who the hell do you think you are? Give it up. I'm a nigga. You do want to be employed, don't you? You know what I see? I see your mother. I see two spoiled, ungrateful little rich bitches. That's what I see. I enjoy destroying lives.
5, 4, 3, 2. Who are you? It's Beer Drink, Dear Vince Podcast, episode 13. First, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the Lateral Press and my co-host here at the Dear Vince Podcast, George Kennebrew. How you doing, man?
Boom! Look who stepped up in the room is the wrestling mastermind himself, joined once again by my esteemed yet charismatic, uber hype colleague, Beer Drink Shawty, also known as AG, also formerly known as Aaron Gordon.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Aaron, to this week is the week, man.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to let the cat out of the bag. We promised it last week, and I'm going to deliver it to you like the UPS man on Monday, and that is my fantasy booking of The Fiend versus the OC. And I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be good. So you're definitely going to want to get up to the edge of your seat, turn your volume up on your computer speakers for this.
And if you don't have headphones, throw in some headphones because you need to hear every word, man.
I'm telling you, man. And actually, we just decided before we went on air here, that is exactly how we're going to be kicking the show off tonight. But very shortly before we get to that, the other topics I guess we're going to be discussing tonight is one, Buddy Murphy. We can't call him the best kept secret anymore because after that stellar showing he had against the
cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, the secret is out.
Definitely, the secret is out. So change those knees. Buddy Murphy, if you're listening, you're gonna have to invest in another right knee pad.
Yeah,
we
man.
all know.
Yeah.
What a match that was. What a match.
Man, I'm telling you. And then, of course, we got the big news that everybody's raving about. NXT is coming to USA. So they finally decided to pull the trigger there, Sir Gordon.
Competition.
And I think
competition arises.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, and I think you and me both have a pretty good idea of why they decided to pull this trigger. But we're going to save that for the end of the show as, we'll let y'all, go ahead and munch on that a little bit and trying to figure out, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, pull up another tab and Google it so you'll have a little spoiler, and then after that you can maybe throw your 2 cents in as we give you the actual knowledge on, the situation at hand.
like we always do. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got going down. But without any further ado, with no more time wasted, AG, let's go ahead and get it started.
Fantasy booking time, folks.
Fantasy booking of The Fiend versus the OC. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, being that I am starting off the show with this tonight, I will not be before you long, but if I am, my colleague here, AG, has every right to cut me off.
I'll ring the bell.
Tell me to wrap up. So if you do have a timer close by you, AG, feel free to use it. You definitely have my permission too, because I definitely don't want to take away from the rest of this show.
We're good to go.
So, all right. So here we go. GK's fantasy booking: The Fiend versus the OC. Okay. So this is we're gonna take this. We're gonna fast forward this actually to Survivor Series season.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just coming off of Clash of the Champions or whatnot, okay? And in this fantasy booking, the OC, Gallows and Anderson, are still the Raw Tag Team Champions. They just had a successful title defense at the Clash of Champions versus the Usos. They beat them clean with no interference from AJ. And, of course, AJ retained his U.S. championship against the one and only Ricochet. This time, it was a one-on-one confrontation without any interference from the OC. So AJ did beat Ricochet clean or what have you. So we fast forward to Monday Night Raw. We're going to go to the week before the Go Home show. Or no, let's say a couple of weeks out from the Go Home show, actually, Survivor Series. So the OC, they come out, being their supremely confident selves or whatever. They kick off the show on Raw. And, they come out and they cut a promo. Mm-hmm. And in this promo, they're talking about how, the OC, ever since we got back together, we pretty much been running roughshod over Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about, your impact players. You want to talk about, some of the greatest factions in WWE history. And then they start naming off people like, D-Generation X, The Shield, Evolution, Legacy, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Hart Foundation, all of that stuff. But AJ says none of them compare to how great the OC is or what have you. And then they start talking about, well, as good as the three of us have been together, it never hurts to have one more addition to the group. And then everybody's like, ooh, or whatever.
Now I'm on the edge of my seat.
Right.
So I'm trying to wonder who you're going to say.
So he says it never hurts to have another addition, because when you're the hottest group or when you're the hottest and greatest faction in WWE, everybody wants to join. So we took some time out and we got in contact with an old acquaintance of ours. And I know you, and you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
When I say this. Mm-hmm. So they say they got in contact with an old acquaintance of theirs, and but they said that they're not going to reveal who it is just yet, because AJ said at the end of the night you will know who this new addition of the OC is. Now, mind you, okay, now I guess I'll go ahead and just give y'all this bit of a spoiler. Okay, so it's Finn Balor. But people don't know that it's Finn Balor yet, because they don't even know that, he's come back off of his, 3-4 month sabbatical or whatever. So he's still...
I'm going to throw one thing in. Like I said, I was trying not to... But a lot of you, what you call them jock sniffers, don't even understand that these guys were friends and colleagues in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, I mean, yeah, y'all... So, you know what? Y'all go... You know what? Keep watching. Keep listening, rather. But, yeah, if you didn't know that, you are a jock sniffer.
There it is. Point blank, period. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they say, we're not going to tell you who this new addition of the OC is. You're just going to have to wait and find out. And then AJ ends it off. But when you do see who our newest guy is, when you see who our fourth guy is, it's going to be just too sweet. Gotcha. And then that's the end. And then that's the end of the promo. So AJ gives, a little cliffhanger, something, a little storyline to carry out through the rest of this episode of Raw. So, of course, Michael Cole and, Corey Graves and everybody are putting over, like, who can it be? Who can it be? Who could the fourth man be? And then, of course, they start going through all these angles and stuff on Raw. And, they start, okay, so, and then Michael Cole goes into, like, these different, angles and starts, putting over the fact of, like, who could the fourth man be? Who could the fourth man be? Kind of similar to, not Hollywood Hogan, before he became Hollywood Hogan, Hulk Hogan, sort of like when he was getting ready to join the NWO. Mm-hmm. So they show these little backstage segments and stuff, and of course, you have your people like Drake Maverick and, some of the other superstars coming up to AJ, be like, hey, if you need a fourth man in the OC, I'm your guy. Or, something in that context, wrestling fans, or what have you. So, we fast forward to the end of Raw. So, there is a 6-man tag match between the OC and Ricochet and the New Day. Big E and Xavier Woods. We'll just put them in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, throughout the match, Ricochet and New Day, they're getting the better of the OC. And of course, this causes the OC to be frustrated because, of course, they're the, obnoxiously cocky heels. They don't like to get dominated. So basically, out of frustration, AJ comes in because they actually have Luke Gallows in position for the midnight hour.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ comes in, gives Big E a low blow. Disqualification. Referee calls for the bell. They end up, jumping, Big E first. AJ gives Big E a phenomenal forearm. And then Gallows and Anderson hit the Magic Killer on Big E. And then they do the same thing to Xavier Woods. Now, for Ricochet, AJ gives Ricochet a Styles clash
Mm-hmm.
or what have you. And so, as they're celebrating in the ring, well, no, I'm sorry, not as they're celebrating in the ring. Before they start to celebrate, Finn Balor's music hit. So everybody's like, oh, and then Michael Cole was like, it's Finn Balor, or whatever. He was like, what is he doing here? We haven't seen Finn Balor in months. Ever since he was defeated by the Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
So, he comes out there, he's doing his usual, Finn Balor shtick. So he slowly but steadily gets in the ring. And, of course, as he's starting to make his way into the ring, AJ and the OC start to back off very slowly. Mm-hmm. And they all back up into a corner. And then Finn Balor looks at, the New Day and Ricochet while they're down or whatnot. And then he looks over at AJ kind of like, what have you done? Like, what are you doing? And then AJ and the OC, or AJ and, Gallows and Anderson, rather,
mm-hmm.
they're all telling Finn, it's like, hey, man, like, come on home. Like,
mm-hmm.
You want to. Like, we're right here, man. We told you we got your back. And they're saying this off mic.
Yeah.
And then after they say that, they all start to throw up the too sweet sign
mm-hmm.
or whatnot. And then they start to come like towards the middle of the ring. So AJ's like, all you got to do is just throw it up, man. Just throw it up. That's all you got to do. Just throw it up. And so Finn, like, he hesitates for a minute, and everybody in the WWE universe is like, no, 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 no,
mm-hmm.
no. But then you got some people like, yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, as Finn is contemplating this, Ricochet slowly starts to get to his feet. So he starts, grabbing, on Finn Balor's back and all that.
Like to get up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Finn, hoists Ricochet over his shoulder and act like he's about to walk out in the ring. Then all of a sudden turns around, bam, forearm to the face. And then AJ and Gallows and Anderson start having like this shocked look on their face, but they're smiling. Mm-hmm. And then Michael Cole is like, no, what the hell? What is Finn Balor doing? And then he goes up to the top rope, gives him a coup de grace, Ricochet. But not one coup de grace. AJ tells him to do it again.
Mm-hmm. And
then Finn goes up, gives him another coup de grace. And then he kind of just hovers, looks over Ricochet, as he's, flailing around on the ground or on the mat or whatever. Then he looks up at AJ and slowly starts to do the too sweet. They all do it together.
With the evil smirk.
And then, with the evil smirk. And then you've got, those hardcore Balor fans are like, yes, yes, yes. Mm. And then Cole is like, I can't believe this. I can't believe Finn would stoop to this level, just to reunite with his friends. Like, you're better than this. And then all of a sudden, like, the lights start to go out. And then everybody's like, oh. And then, of course, the regular routine, the other set of lights go out. And then, it's completely black. But this time, the strobe lights don't come on.
Mm-hmm.
This time, the Titantron actually reads the words "Let me in, OC" in, big red, bold, bloody, scary letters, just like he did with his entrance. And then at the end, he does the laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how Raw goes off. And then, like, Cole and Graves are like, oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, don't tell me. And then Corey Graves is like, if this is what I think it is, then the OC is in big, big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the end of the first week.
Uh-huh.
Now we go into the second week, which is the go-home show leading up to Survivor Series. So Monday Night Raw starts off. AJ, like, this is the newly formed OC. So AJ, Gallows, Anderson, and Balor, they're all walking in. They all got on their OC shirts, and they're pissed. I'm talking about AJ is, like, throwing stuff everywhere. Finn is mad. Gallows and Anderson are mad. And they're like, who in the hell does Bray Wyatt think he is? Coming in there, interrupting our celebration. Like, he wants to let somebody in. And AJ was like, he's not going to let us in. He was like, we're going to let ourselves in. And when we let ourselves in, we're going to beat this guy down or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something in that context or whatnot. And then AJ was like, you know what, boys? I'm sick and tired of playing all these. I'm sick and tired of these games from the Fiend. Like, we're going to go find this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Cole is like, are these guys crazy?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it goes to, maybe like a couple of matches or whatever, and then it cuts back to the OC. They're, like, walking the hallways, and they're asking, like, where's the Fiend at? Where is he at? Where is he at?
Mm-hmm.
I know he's around here somewhere. Where is he? And then, like, once they get, like, back towards gorilla position, the lights go out again.
Mm-hmm.
They just completely just black out on them. And then all of a sudden, on the wall, there's a strobe light, and it's actually written in blood on the wall. Let me in, OC, the Fiend is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has, like, a symbol of the Fiend's face on the wall. And then, like, you just see AJ and the rest of them, they're just like stunned. They don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, okay, boys, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And then, like, that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? We don't see them
It's like
for the rest
setup.
of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's a setup. Right, we don't see them for the rest of the night. Then we fast forward to the end of Raw, where they come out. They all come out at the end of Raw, like no music, no nothing like that. Just spontaneously come out. And then AJ was like, all right, we're going to end this right now. It started last week, but it's going to end this week. I am sick and tired of these mind games from Bray Wyatt. This ain't no Firefly Funhouse. I'm not here to play no games and play with puppets and all of that. He's like, if you want some of the OC, Bray Wyatt, you come get some. So I'm calling you out. You come and get some, Fiend. And then, like, all of a sudden, the lights go, then the lights, they go out again. And then all of a sudden, when they go out this time, much like he did Finn when he first appeared on Raw, you hear, like, some rumbling going on. And it was actually, the Fiend had actually grabbed Luke Gallows, threw him out the ringside, threw him up against the steps, threw him up against the barricade, beat on him, gave him the Sister Abigail, choked him out with the mandible claw, and made him go unconscious. So when the lights come back on, AJ, Finn, and Carl Anderson see Gallows, like, laid out,
Mm-hmm.
like, at ringside. And they actually, as he's laid out, the Fiend actually drew a portrait of himself on Gallows' chest. And then he put, like, ha ha, like, next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you just see AJ and them, like, they just go into this rage. They're just mad, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. And then, that eventually leads up to a confrontation at Survivor Series where, the The Fiend takes on the OC.
Or the Fiend's Revenge.
Yep. Takes on the OC, and he actually ends up winning that whole entire match. Because what happens is he doesn't face them all at once. Mm-hmm. What happens at Survivor Series is the Fiend actually takes out like all the members of the OC one by one, but he saves AJ Styles for last and actually has the match with AJ and actually gets the dominant win over AJ Styles.
Yeah, the smash.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been your fantasy booking of the Fiend versus the OC.
With George Kennebrew. But
there it is.
The only thing that I have though with that is it kind of I just burped. I said I just burped as I was burping. But the only thing that I don't agree with on that is the fact that kind of buries the Finn Balor and Demon thing. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's almost like he's singling out the leader of the OC, and then Finn. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like, you know what I'm saying, drowns that whole idea. But like I said, you never know. You never fucking know. But the whole fact of the OC recruiting Finn Balor, that makes 100% total sense. Like 100% total sense. But like I said, when it comes to booking, the like it's pretty much the small intricate things is what makes the story. So like I said, with booking, there's 5 different right ways, but the WWE always takes that one wrong way. So we will see.
Yeah.
We will definitely see.
If I had it, I mean, you know, if you really just wanted to really put the Fiend character over, and then in turn, like including Finn in the story at the same time.
Yeah, I got
that would be the route I would go.
Yeah, just terrorize. Yeah, have them go over there and have them terrorize the whole group. Yeah,
right.
I got you.
The thing of it is, the only reason, notice this too, DVP listeners, the reason why I didn't include Finn in this whole entire thing is because Finn knows the power the Fiend possesses. People, like Finn knows, like just how dangerous this guy is.
Yeah, that's almost why he even took the invite. That's almost why he even thought like, yo, I need backup.
Right.
Yeah,
but then he finds out that his backup, you know, isn't enough to stop this guy. Because all he's going to do is he's just going to run roughshod, you know, over the whole entire group. Or what have you.
Well, there you go, folks. Dear Vince Podcast listeners, this is episode 13. I don't have to I got to stop reminding you motherfuckers that. But that was the fantasy booking from George Kennebrew. But, you know, we're going to go ahead now to one Buddy Murphy, man. Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
was that secret. That was 2 weeks ago, right? Wasn't it? Where him versus Roman Reigns. That was a great fucking match. But did we talk that last week or no?
I don't think we did. Well, I think we talked about it, but I don't think we got as in depth.
Yeah, we didn't get in on it. But I mean, for what it is, like I said, I mean, it's 2 weeks now. So, but my thing, the thing that I love about that match is just the fact, the body language after the match. Like Roman Reigns kind of gave him a nod, like, "Damn, man, damn, this motherfucker's real." Like at the end of the match, because you already know they're not gonna put Buddy Murphy over Roman Reigns, but that was the best match that Roman Reigns. That was truthfully one of the best matches I've ever seen Roman Reigns in. He did a lot.
I would probably say that match and the match. I don't know if you remember this, but actually Finn Balor's debut on Raw was against Roman Reigns for the number 1 contendership for the Universal Championship when it was first introduced.
I gotta watch that.
I think that was.
Oh, yeah, I remember, but I remember that was a match, and I remember it was for the Universal title, but I don't remember that match like to save my life. So.
Oh, it was great.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up immediately after the podcast.
I believe that was actually Roman Reigns' best match in WWE.
See now,
when he faced Finn Balor for the number 1 contendership for the Universal Championship in 2016.
And just because you said that, like, that's going to be the first thing that I do, because I actually got all of my wrestling watches, and I'm not talking about on the wrist, but out of the way on YouTube right before this, like as far as Being the Elite. And shout out to Being the Elite and AEW for putting out this content on YouTube lately, man. They've been on fire, almost a new video every day for the past 3 days, man. They have like 2 Being the Elites brand new. If you don't follow Sammy Guevara, follow Sammy Guevara. He does vlogs. He put out one yesterday. Brandy Rhodes put out a cooking show with DDP and DDP's Kitchen, making like a skirt steak while drinking beer. And also today, AEW put out a brand new episode of Road to All Out or All In.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go and watch that.
Awesome.
I actually saw it on YouTube. I saw it, in the recommended section. I'll definitely go and take a look at that because I know Adam Page definitely has a lot to say.
You had a good interview with Jim Ross.
So,
but then, but like I said, I'm jumping the gun as far as Buddy Murphy, because I was about to go immediately to AEW, but Buddy Murphy, following the last week's match versus Roman Reigns, had a great match this week and was actually put over Daniel Bryan. What do you think about that?
You know what? I think I had mentioned this a few episodes back about Daniel Bryan when we were talking about him and Kofi Kingston, and we were just celebrating Kofi Kingston and that accomplishment, and how Daniel Bryan had a big part to play in doing that. And I'm going to say the same thing about him for what he did with Kofi here with Buddy Murphy. And that is that Daniel Bryan is woke, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he knows. Daniel Bryan, like, gets it. Yeah. He understands, like, the importance of the future, as far as like the superstars of tomorrow in WWE. Like, Daniel Bryan understands that even though he's a part of this new generation and this new wave, at the same time he realizes, I should say, he's a veteran now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that he really doesn't have anything to prove at this juncture of his career. I mean, the guy has done it all. Yeah. He's a Grand Slam champion. I mean, the only title he hasn't won is the Universal Championship. But, I mean, who really cares about that belt nowadays? Yeah. But other than that, Daniel Bryan has done all there is to do.
He's done everything. And my thing is he actually reached the actual highest peak of popularity. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that he couldn't. Truthfully, no, he couldn't do it again. As far as the character that he had, and to be honest, as bland as that character was, he made that character his, and the fans. I mean, he got some of the biggest pops in history just from him coming out. Like, not him showing up, not him showing up as a surprise, but when he came out, he got some of the hugest pops in history, which was insane. Just the yeses, like that. They wouldn't. I remember even promos he'll run in. Like, they had it to where, like, the fans. It was almost like he had the fans hypnotized to just love to say yes, and they would not stop doing it. And that is the reason why I'm thinking that. Because truthfully, I'm glad that you said it like that, because, okay, why did he put over Buddy Murphy? He got hurt, and he knows that, a lot of this shit that I used to do, I'm not even trying to do that. I'm lucky just to be able to go in and have a competitive match. So why not put over the other guys, and truthfully, only the other guys that I like really respect and I see a little bit of myself in them. So yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense now that you said that.
And let me say this too. Another thing that I love and respect about DB in putting somebody like Buddy Murphy over is the fact that, Bryan really sees, like, the potential that we all, as wrestling fans who witness this, or witness him, I should say, perform, he sees the potential. Like, he knows the places that Buddy Murphy can go.
Hey,
it's all about putting him.
One thing though, I'm gonna cut you out. I already know you probably was already knowledgeable of Buddy Murphy. I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. The first time that I saw Buddy Murphy was doing that Raw, or was it a SmackDown address when Shane McMahon brought everybody out, and what you call it? I think it was Kevin Owens. Like, called him out, like, and like people like Buddy Murphy, and then Buddy Murphy took the mic, was like, I don't need you to, you know what I'm saying, talk to me, I'll do my own shit or whatever like that. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And I thought that he was just like a developmental dude, to be totally honest, because I don't really watch NXT much, but like I said, you probably knew exactly the juice that fucking Buddy Murphy had, but like that, I think that's the reason why I was so fucking I went nuts when I saw that Roman Reigns Buddy Murphy, man. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy. Like, truthfully, that was probably the second time that I've seen him wrestle, because I've seen him before.
Yeah.
I've seen him before, but it was like I said, it was like, boom, I watch NXT. All the guys are foreign to me, so if the match isn't like outstanding, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a forgettable thing, but the Roman Reigns match really put me on notice.
You know what? And I'm gonna throw this out there too. When I see Buddy Murphy, he kind of reminds me of, now I'm really about this is really gonna take you back. All of my wrestling fans that are in the 30s or whatnot, or in their late 30s or mid 30s. Like, I'm gonna take y'all way back when I make this comparison.
Can I try to spoil it? Can I try to spoil it? Like, if I'm right, that I get like 50 fucking cool points. If wrong, you just carry on.
Okay, all right, go ahead and give it a shot.
Perry Saturn?
Nope.
Okay, you got it.
Nope.
You have the floor, my sir.
I got one better for you, and unfortunately, he's no longer here with us, and it's unfortunate that he passed away so young, because I believe if he, still would have been here, I think he probably could have been he probably could have had the potential to be a very, very big superstar in WWE.
Oh, okay.
And the guy that I'm talking about when I see Buddy Murphy is Sean O'Hare.
Oh, Sean O'Hare, yeah. One of the most one of the most young charismatic dudes. Like, he had charisma out the asshole.
Yeah, like when I see Buddy Murphy's wrestling style. Now, Sean O'Hare, he didn't do a lot of
flying around,
knee strike. Oh, actually, no, Sean O'Hare,
he flew.
He could fly. He was, that big, to be a big man.
Oh yeah, he used to do standing moonsaults. I remember that. Hold on.
Right.
Okay, let me look him up, though. I gotta make sure I remember.
But he never did a lot of the knee strikes or what have you. But I just see like a really young Sean O'Hare, like when he was coming up in WWE and Buddy Murphy. Now, as far as like just charisma and personalities go, they're two different people. But as far as like performance style, they're very, very similar.
Hey, and another huge shout out for Sean O'Hare for being an Atlanta, Georgia resident, born in Atlanta, Georgia. Rest in peace, Sean O'Hare.
Yeah, man.
The fuck up.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you know what? The one thing that I will say about Buddy Murphy that I don't like, and truthfully, I may have to go into the lab and see like if that's an end for the DVP for Mr. It's Beer Drink and for George Kennebrew. Love the character. Love the wrestling style. Truthfully, love the way he talks. I don't like the fact that after a win or after a great match, they keep fucking having him get beat down in the back. But the one thing that they definitely are going to have to revamp is his entrance music. His entrance music is bland as fuck. Like his entrance music sucks, and that was the first thing I thought of as an ex-musician and rapper, and like used to like make beats and shit. I'm like, for how he wrestles.
You know what the funny part?
Yeah, that
what
beats.
The funny part about that is?
What up?
You know what the funny part about that is? That wasn't his original theme.
In NXT, it wasn't.
No, or actually in 205 Live. In 205
oh, 205 Live. That's right. That's right. That's
actually not his original music. If you heard his original thing, you would be like, oh yeah, they just basically just fucked him over.
All right, well, look. This right here is gonna be an edit, folks, but you're gonna hear it. Let's hear the insert of the original entrance music right now.
Watch this.
All right, I'm not going to react to it, folks, because this is an edit. But in the comments below, if you made it this far, let me know. Do you like the original entrance music over the current entrance music? All I have to say is Buddy Murphy's entrance music for right now, horrible. For what he is, it was pretty much they did a reverse Shinsuke Nakamura. They should have. Boom, he's here. But that's what I'm saying. I haven't actually heard the shit, so damn. It is what it is. It ain't what it's gonna be. But okay, like, so you do agree though about this new entrance music? Is it it's just bland and nothing? Like it's like it sounds like jobber music. Like, you know how like all the jobbers have like something that sounds about the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, I knew it wasn't his original theme.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they not putting his original theme, or why do they not let him use his original theme? Because what you're hearing right now, that's way harder than what he's been coming out to.
Word, that's crazy. That's crazy. I got you, buddy. Hey, and that's funny because his actual name is Buddy Murphy, so I can like really, hey, buddy, I got you, bro. I got you, dog. I'm gonna make a beat and I'm gonna submit it, even though I already know WWE Creative has their own, those two guys that produce everything and even write the shits. But shit, it's a new day, folks. No pun intended, but it's a new day.
Yeah.
but y'all look.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say last thing about that Buddy Murphy Daniel Bryan match is that I really loved the way that Bryan sold.
Oh yeah.
Buddy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the selling that Daniel Bryan did in this match, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And you know another thing, even with that, even in you saying that was the first that was the first thing that sold me on Buddy Murphy with the Roman Reigns match, because you know they didn't really let him get off his offense like just right off the bat, but it was just whenever Roman Reigns clothesline punches and shit like that, I'm like, damn, this Buddy Murphy dude's selling the shit out of it. It seemed like he's he's smashing the fucking canvas good hard, and I'm like, because like that was the thing that actually sold me on Buddy Murphy before he even like went on his fucking tirade of fucking offense. So he's just an all around great wrestler. Shout out you, Buddy Murphy, man, for what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna see if we, you know what, not me, I'm gonna see if us over here at the Dear Vince podcast can put a little musical ensemble together for you so you can walk out with your head up, because the way it is, like, you should be walking out with your head up anyway because you're a great wrestler. But you know what, you're gonna walk out with your head up, you're probably gonna have on headphones because you're gonna love what the fuck we produce for you. But look, we're gonna come right back to talk about Roman Reigns and the whole some nigga trying to kill him fiasco, and the unveiling of the what's his name lookalike. Oh yeah, Eric Rowan lookalike. A lot of people don't know this, but he is a wrestler, and he's a wrestler from the UK, I believe. And I didn't know this. Like, that's what I'm saying, guys. Here on the Dear Vince podcast, I'm not gonna sit here and watch. Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm not going to watch I'm not gonna watch a video right before and then act like I know everything about it. I watched the video right before, and the guy was actually a wrestler signed to NXT UK that got hurt. And he got hurt. So during this break, make sure you go to YouTube real quick and check out that hot take, because it's actually a really hot take and very weird that it's kind of makes you think, like, where is this going? You know what I'm saying? For the fact that they have an ex-NXT guy that's pretty much out of commission as far as jumping in the ring, but embedding him into this angle. So we will talk a bit about that. Then after that, we are on to the new NXT show on Wednesday.
Boy, and we got a lot to say about that.
And we gonna knock it out, guys. Holy shit. It is what it is, what it ain't was gonna be. We will be right back. This is Dear Vince Podcast, episode 13. Lucky 13, hopefully. Who the fuck are you? We are back, Dear Vince Podcast, episode 13, here with George Kennebrew, man. But hey, before we get into, what we talked about earlier, how long did it take for you to get your beard that large, man, and that thick? That's what I want to know. So I'm trying to grow a beard, man, and I yesterday I literally contemplated just cutting it off. I'm like, yo, this shit is not getting thick. Like I like the shape of it, but this bitch is not getting thick. It's not filling out.
Well, the only piece of advice I could have for you, my good man, is patience. Just
here
patiently.
Here we go with that patience shit.
Yes. No, I'm serious, because that's how I was with mine. Because I was just like you. I always had the desire to grow it longer or whatnot. And, for so long, I was on the verge of growing it out, and then I would cut it off again and let it grow again. But you know what? It was just one day where I just said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to have patience with this whole thing, and I'm just going to let it just gradually grow out, no matter how long it takes.
Oh, okay.
So
I got you.
That's the only thing I can tell you is just patiently,
just
wait,
okay,
let it grow out gradually.
And just
guarantee
forget about it.
Will.
Just forget about it and let it go.
Just forget about it and let it go. I guarantee you, if you do that, it'll grow out longer than you think.
Word, that's crazy. Before you know it, you'll be like, holy shit. Because that's my thing, man. Like I use beard oil. And I like the beard oil just for the fact that it kind of makes it like softer and shit and kind of shinier and shit.
Yeah.
But as far as molding it for like the split ends and shit, because like I don't care about it, because I want my shit to just grow big and wild, and then I get it like shaped up and shit. I got some shit called beard butter today, and that shit kind of worked pretty well. And that's the reason why I thought to ask you. I'm like, yo, man, I got a kindergarten beard. You're up in fucking high school at least.
Yeah, man. It was just gradual. It was just gradual growth, man. Just patience and gradual growth. That's all I can say.
Patience is the key. Patience is the key. WWE fans, you got to have patience with the WWE apparently, because this past week was horrible. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the soap opera effect that we have on Raw and SmackDown, because they're bringing this angle to both, just for the fact that I guess they have to, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, I got a quick hot take that we can like spend like super quick hit on. How do you feel about and this is crazy that we didn't think of that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Bray Wyatt and The Fiend and bringing them out to choke out Lawler, do you think that that's overuse of The Fiend? You know what I'm saying? Because like just how we talked last week, it's almost to where it's like we need like at least 2 weeks of no Fiend, to where when we see him, it's like a surprise and a treat. Like I kind of got irritated with that. I think I texted you as soon as that happened. No spoilers.
And I got your sentiment. Got your sentiment. And you know what? I do have to agree with you. I think that was a bad use of The Fiend for the first time ever. You could have definitely filled that spot and found another way to write Jerry the King Lawler off of Raw if you knew that he was struggling on commentary and he wasn't going to be that effective in the Banks Becky or just if you knew that he wasn't going to be effective on the King's Court if he interviewed Sasha Banks, you could have done a better job in writing him off the show instead of just using The Fiend as like a crutch, to write him off. I mean, don't get me wrong now. I'm all for you getting The Fiend over with legends, but here's the kicker.
Yeah, but the thing now
that you use.
Yeah, and the thing now, the thing that kills me is like it's almost now to where anytime they bring out a retired guy or a legend, you almost have to know it's gonna happen, and that's what's I think that's horrible use of it. You know what I'm saying? Like say next week they bring out Jesse. I mean, I already know Jesse the Body Ventura ain't dealing with the WWE anymore, but say they bring out Jesse the Body Ventura just for his whatever. It's his 50th anniversary of being whatever. Like, if he comes out, I know that the Fiend's coming out next. If they bring out Ric Flair into the ring to like cut a promo, like whatever, I know that the Fiend's coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's like now he's the Legend Killer plus. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're making it way too predictable, and I hate that shit. Like WWE, yeah, WWE. If y'all fuck this up for us, I swear to gosh, AEW. Man. I'm gonna be a one company man. I'm only gonna watch AEW straight up. Fuck that NXT show, even though it may be great. But let's go ahead and get into the NXT show.
Hey man, listen. Mm-hmm. Hey, I totally agree with those sentiments as well, man. Like I definitely felt like there could have been a better way to write Jerry the King Lawler off of Raw. Because like I said, you using, the Fiend as a crutch to get him off the show in that way, as you said, it's only overexposing him or what have you. And the thing of it is, too, is that a couple of weeks ago, or it may have been a week ago, WWE, y'all were telling us all these sweet nothings, making us feel all kinds of good, saying, oh, we want the Fiend to feel special. And like you were saying, AG, whenever he shows up, we wanted to be a spectacle. We wanted to be, breathtaking.
Yeah,
we want
surprising.
You to not see it coming.
Yeah, like surprising, like a treat. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. I mean, hell, why couldn't have? I mean, I would have actually loved to see that Sasha Banks segment go through, or you could have done this. Why couldn't you have just had a backstage segment with Jerry the King Lawler, not necessarily him being interviewed, but, him walking backstage for some reason. Matter of fact, you could have done this at the beginning of the show. You could have had Jerry the King Lawler walking backstage about to come out to join, commentary or whatever. And then all of a sudden, who should stop him dead in his tracks? Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
And then you have Sasha Banks cut a promo on Jerry the King Lawler saying, whatever derogatory thing she could think of about Jerry Lawler. And then what you do is you have Sasha slap the shit out of him and tell him there ain't going to be no damn King's Court because I'm leaving the building because I don't owe you or any of these idiots here an explanation for what I did. And boom.
Exactly.
Jerry Lawler's written off the show. He never even got a chance to come out to do commentary.
But he still showed his face. But still showed his face on camera. Yeah.
And he still showed his face, but he's written off of the show. Sasha Banks gets over further. And then if you wanted to ease Vic Joseph in that position, boom. Seamless transition.
Yeah, definitely.
Seamless transition.
WWE, man, like I said, if you fuck up this Fiend shit, man, like I'm like, and this is from me to you. This isn't even from me to the universe, or from me to the Dear Vince podcast listeners. I'm telling you this shit. Like, if they fuck up this Fiend angle, I'm done with WWE, man. Like I'm gonna take another 5 to 6 year hiatus. Like when Stone Cold, The Rock, like all of my favorites, like when they were done, I treated the shit like the NFL. Like when Barry Sanders retired, I stopped watching football religiously every fucking Sunday and you know what I'm saying? Like when Barry Sanders retired, like he's my all-time favorite athlete, him and Jordan. When Barry Sanders retired, I quit. Like Barry Sanders is like, and I look at it like even almost in the same regard, like Barry Sanders, for one, was a Christian, a humble guy, but he can run the football, and he was just didn't have much to say. He'll have the craziest run ever, and he'll just flick the ball to the ref and then walk back to the sideline. And Barry Sanders is one of my favorite all time. When he retired, I'm done watching football. Same thing with this angle. Like this is such an easy, clear cut, and just Like, if you fuck this up, WWE, I'm done with you, WWE. And I know that I'm just one pair of eyes watching, but shit, I hope I can rally more people to do it. Cause my thing, like this is gold, and if y'all turn this gold into a fucking pile of shit, I'm done with it. Straight up, AEW, I'm already on y'all's head for wrestling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. But since we're talking about AEW, I guess we could go ahead and transition into it. We weren't going to save it for the show, but hey, this is a Dear Vince podcast. We're unpredictable.
It is.
Sorry, Jock Snippers. If we fucked up your sleeping pattern or your sleeping plans, you could still go to fucking sleep if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because we do things our way here.
Go to bed.
Go
to bed. Fucking SmackDown fucking had me nodding. Shit. But it is what it is. But, well, hey, first off, did they ever come up with a name for the AEW Wednesday show or no? They haven't announced that yet?
I still think that is under construction.
Oh, okay. But
I still think that's under construction.
But this AEW Wednesday show, one thing that we do know is that it is starting in October. Do you have the date? Is it the 4th or the 3rd? Because I know my birthday's on October 4th. And I know it's sometime
I believe it is on October the 3rd.
October the 3rd. So I get an early birthday present via October 3rd.
How about that?
That's what it is.
How about that?
But, and then all of a sudden, the WWE Universe, the WWE in itself, they officially announced an NXT show to launch on the USA Network, pretty much a network that they already have a deal with. So it's definitely not something that was hard to do. But my thing is like, shit, y'all had all this time to do it. I wonder why they decided to do it just now. You know what I'm saying? Very weird.
Isn't that the $1 million question?
I don't know. I don't know why. Do you know, or any ideas?
Oh, I'm sure it's just for ratings boost.
The AEW show. That's right. That's crazy.
I was trying to set it up a little better, but okay, yeah. But But that's really why they're doing it. What I was gonna say is, I was like, oh, it doesn't have to do with another wrestling company or the fact that another wrestling organization is starting up, but
how do they do it like that though? You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much like just putting themselves out is just like, yo, like it pretty much it just spells AEW is a problem and we're doing this shit.
Because AG, the writing has been on the wall.
Us, yeah.
Ever since Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
The writing has been on the wall. We've known this. Like when we witnessed that Double or Nothing show from AEW, we already knew in our mind, like, yeah, AEW is for real. They're serious business, and when they get this TV deal official, yeah, the WWE is in definite trouble. Like,
yeah,
they're definitely gonna have to look over their shoulders, and once they hear the news officially that AEW is going to be on TNT and is going to be officially competing with them, desperate times are going to call for desperate measures. Like, I knew we were going to see WWE do things that they've never done before.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, let me just break it down to all of you like this, DVP listeners. Okay, you know that you are a threat to what is supposed to be the top wrestling organization on the entire planet. You know you're a threat when they have to actually go and recruit two of the most well-recognized people in professional wrestling creatively who are no longer in that position anymore. Yeah. Not only that, but they were owners of their own professional wrestling company.
Yeah.
One of them has been out of touch with sports entertainment or with wrestling in general. But you're a threat to the biggest so-called wrestling organization on the planet when they have to go, when the owner himself, Vince McMahon, the guy that, stands in a class of his own, has never depended on anybody for help. But he actually had to reach down and actually go recruit his former competitors to come help make his company better,
he had to swallow
you're a
pride.
threat.
He had to swallow some pride. Straight the fuck
Swallow
up. He
his
had to
pride,
swallow
man.
some pride. Like, to have that guy, fucking Bischoff, like that. I mean,
His former competitors.
Yeah, we talked about it on that one podcast. Like, to have Bischoff. I mean, because my thing, okay, Paul Lee is gonna say what he wants to say. He's gonna do what he wants to do. But he's been loyal to the company ever since ECW dissolved. But to get the Eric Bischoff shit, like, I'll put it this way: when I saw the news, I didn't believe it. I thought it was just like a rumor. I thought it was like kind of like you know how when you had like the troll site, almost like the onion sites that like say, like, just obviously that didn't happen. But shit, I guess I gotta like really look it up, and I was like, oh, word. So Eric Bischoff is really there. That's weird. It is what it is, though. Shit, but like you said, desperate matters. You know what I'm saying? Calls for. It's crazy. It is what it is, man. But the one thing I want to ask you is, as far as the NXT show, for the fact that they're almost going to get a month jump, or maybe 3 weeks, something like that. I'll put it this way. I'm going to just say, for the fact that they're getting the jump on the AEW show, because that's all it is. Like, they're just trying to get it out first. Do you think that is going to impact the AEW show at all, or do you think that truthfully that is just going to kind of make the NXT show look worse because we've been waiting for the AEW show for so long, and it almost, even if the AEW show doesn't deliver exactly how we want, we're going to give it the same respect and the same kind of leeway that we gave the first AEW pay-per-view. It's like, oh, it's their first pay-per-view, so you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a double-edged sword, and they shot themselves in the foot with this one.
Let me explain it to you like this, and I'm gonna explain it solely on your point about what you just said with them getting the so-called head start on AEW. Listen, AEW right now, Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Adam Page, Chris Jericho, they're all sitting back laughing right now. And you know why they're laughing?
I know.
Because they're like these desperate, thirsty motherfuckers.
Yep. 100.
That is exactly the thoughts that are running through their mind. And I bet Cody is saying out of anybody, like, well, wait a minute, Mr. Triple H, Mr. NXT. Weren't we, just a T-shirt company
exactly
at the beginning of 2019?
and now they're in competition.
And then you say to one of our producers, who just so happens to be one of y'all's Hall of Famers, shows you how much influence AEW has even more. That WWE Vince had to further swallow his pride and give Billy Gunn his just due by putting him into the Hall of Fame. So not only are they like, well, wait a minute, weren't we just a T-shirt company at the beginning of 2019, and weren't we also just a little pissant company too?
Think of that,
Triple
man.
H?
Think of that. Not even a year ago. Those statements were fucking put out. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
AEW is gonna go down in history. That's crazy.
Yeah, right. But my point is that all of those guys that I just mentioned that are a part of AEW, they're sitting back laughing at this. They're probably sitting back right now, popping a Coors Light right now with their feet kicked up, be like, and they're thinking exactly what I just said.
Yep.
Like these desperate, thirsty motherfuckers, because that's exactly how WWE is portraying itself.
Yep, definitely.
Because my thing is, if you're supposed to be the better organization, wink, wink, and you're supposed to also be the best, like number one, like undisputed, no pun intended, wrestling organization on the planet, done sold out all these legendary arenas and all this other stuff, but yet you're the one that, as you put so correctly, AG, are putting themselves out there first just to prevent that little so-called pissant T-shirt company from airing their product at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, of course, WWE will tell you, or basically, Triple H, Vince McMahon, let's just be real about it.
Yeah.
Basically, in all of their, professional arrogance, they would say, "Oh, no. This has nothing to do."
This has been in order. This has been a thing that we've been moving. In order.
Like, this has nothing to do.
But the whole,
with the AEW.
Hey, the whole thing though, that's crazy. And that's what I was saying, because it's in the same network. It's still the USA Network. So, I put it this way: because they already have a deal with the USA Network, like a show like Ride Along that's only available on the network, they have more leeway and more muscle on getting a 30-minute spot for Ride Along on the USA Network. You know what I'm saying? So they went for exactly what they knew. You know what I'm saying? It would have been another thing if they would have gotten the other show on a different net. You know what I'm saying? It's like pretty much it was just like, oh shit, we already in the USA Network. We have good. We have good in, and we're getting decent ratings over there, and they just popped it up. That's why it looks bad to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like shit. Like, y'all would have almost been smarter if y'all would have just gotten like a thought. Like, if you would have had creative. Think up another great idea for another show. Like, even if it was Ride Along. Like, my thing is, like, a lot of people don't watch Ride Along, but a lot of people watch the Carbonaro Effect. A lot of people watch MTV shows, and you know what I'm saying, like magic shows, and what do you call them? Impractical Jokers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have put Swerve. You could have brought back the WWE Swerve and put it on the WWE Network, not WWE. Yeah. Took it off the WWE Network and made it a mainstay on the USA Network just for 30 minutes. That way, it's something that's entertaining, and that would have taken away. But to put out another wrestling show, I think that they kind of clown themselves. But you get what I'm saying with that? Like,
oh yeah,
I Swerve, yeah, like you, and you know it because you watch the network. Swerve is a good show.
Yeah, it is,
and so, it was a good show. And what do you call it?
But see, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, but here's the thing with that whole philosophy of the original shows on the WWE Network.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, in my personal opinion, WWE sees those shows as shows that people are not going to be that interested in, because they see it as when fans subscribe to the WWE Network, they're coming strictly to look at wrestling-oriented content.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
But they don't show the wrestling, though. For about a year and a half, they haven't been showing wrestling, just how you said it, like they hate wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, when I said wrestling-oriented content.
Let me
backpedal.
No, I got you. No, truthfully, I get you just a wrestling show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
when
like
I say wrestling-oriented content, I'm talking about strictly just content that has wrestling on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not, all of this, comedic, non-wrestling stuff.
Hey, this is the last time I'm going to cut you off, but that's my thing. That would have stated their claim as the premiere and the ultimate of a wrestling promotion, that for the fact that, you know what, we have Raw, we have SmackDown on Tuesday. We're not going to compete with y'all and put out a full 2-hour wrestling show. We're going to put out a comedic WWE Swerve show that already did great ratings on the network, or we're going to put out a Ride Along. We're just going to give y'all a behind the scenes of our WWE superstars, and that would have been kind of a slap in the face and a higher road for them. You know what you get what I'm saying? But for them to put out an actual full show lets us know that there's problems. There's static. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It almost would have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like I see y'all over there, but then just putting out some bullshit just to compete with it, but not really compete with it, or pretty much to make it look like you're not worried about it, but you still putting out some content to compete with it. But them putting but them putting out the whole show makes them look like desperate, kind of.
Yeah, because and the thing is, what's gonna make this look even worse with WWE is NXT for so long has been just like that one brand that's just been so sacred, and they've made it so special.
Yep.
So whenever you see a takeover from NXT, you enjoy it and you say that, hey, this is much better product than the WWE main roster because you made it special. Because you made it sacred.
Damn it, George. But then that's what you just did. Damn it. You just did it, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, they shot themselves in the foot. They're gonna show that their best roster and their best matches aren't even on their main roster.
They're not.
God damn.
They're not.
That's crazy.
They're not. And the thing is too, man. And the thing is too, like, you're gonna overexpose, in my opinion, your best brand of your company.
Yep. And they're the B team. Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna overexpose your best brand in your company that puts on the best, pay-per-view shows, whatever you want to call them, all for the sake of, trying to compete with AEW. But here's the thing, though. This is, again, where AEW has the advantage. Okay, now, NXT, let me say this first before I make my point about All Elite Wrestling. NXT has stars, okay? You got Adam Cole. You got Johnny Gargano. You got the Velveteen Dream.
Oh, yeah.
You got Shayna Baszler. You got Bianca Belair. You got the Street Profits. You've got, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish representing the Undisputed Era in the tag team division. You have Matt Riddle. Okay? Those are all, your core stars in NXT. But this is where I'm about to hit all of you jock-sniffing AEW haters in the mouth right here. AEW has what you call established stars.
Oh, yeah.
Key word, ladies and gentlemen, established stars. Who are those established stars I'm talking about? No, I'm not talking about Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, or Cody Rhodes, even though they are stars. But the established stars that I'm talking about are the Chris Jericho, are the John Moxley, are the Sean Spears. Okay?
100.
Frankly, Jericho and Moxley, when people see that Chris Jericho and John Moxley, FKA, Dean Ambrose, are with an opposing company, helping them come up.
And Cody, one thing you got to put Cody there too, because like imagine them seeing Cody in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah, you got to put Cody in there too, because Cody, I mean, he was half of he was Stardust. He was half of they were really pushing Stardust and Goldust. Like, my thing's like, they're gonna see Cody in a suit and be like, why does this wrestler have on a suit and acting like he's running shit? That's intriguing in itself. You know what I'm saying? AEW got some shit, dog. They're gold.
I'll go ahead and throw Cody Rhodes in there with Jericho and Moxley. But okay, so those three guys alone. When people see, like, wait a minute, like you just alluded to, like, wait a minute, you talking about the former Stardust Cody Rhodes? You talking about the former Legacy that used to be with Randy Orton and Ted DiBiase Cody Rhodes? You talking about the former
flipping their wigs
Cody Rhodes? Wait, you're talking about Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of rock and roller,
holy shit,
and all of that stuff, the former Millennium Man? You're talking about John Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, that wild-ass dude that used to, have the Ambrose Asylum.
The
and all
lunatic
that. Wait a
fringe.
minute, the lunatic fringe, you're telling me he's with the opposing company? Oh, okay, this is something I got to see. Because I got to see what these dudes are going to do. And they're helping this company start up, and they're trying to compete with WWE. Okay, they might have a chance.
Yeah, and another thing that's crazy, just for the fact that it's on prime time and it's on, like, just Wednesday regular television, not pay-per-view, but like not just the internet broadcast, just for the fact that they're gonna see a brand new wrestling company on television automatically lets you know that they got this shit together.
And that's what I was saying. And again, going back to what I was just saying now, like, comparing NXT to AEW. NXT had stars,
Yep.
but AEW had established stars.
Yeah, I got you.
And here's the thing too. I heard Cody say in an interview a couple of weeks ago, reading up on one of my sources, he says it's only like, what did he say? Like 48% of the roster that's even been announced.
Yeah, unveiled. That's crazy.
So we don't even know who else AEW has picked up, maybe quietly from WWE to AEW.
I ain't want to cut you off, man, but hey, yo. What do you think about Dolph Ziggler, bro?
Dolph Ziggler.
What do you think about Dolph Ziggler? Because they're doing him dirty as fuck. They do like he's being smashed. He's underneath he's underneath a shit boot, and my thing is the angle, like they're trying to play him as a crazy thing, and my thing is I could see them using that just to keep him on TV and kind of humiliate him, because that's what they're kind of doing. And
what do you mean, kinda? You mean they are?
No, they definitely are. They definitely are. I think Dolph is on his way out. And you know what? Shit, we can end it quick. You know what? You gonna go? I just said Dolph. So we'll go 2 wrestlers in the WWE that we definitely see is already acquired by the AEW. And then I have a question to ask you about the main event of All In, being that Adam Hangman Page and Chris Jericho. And hey, I'm gonna give you the question now, just so you can marinate edge, because we're multi-dimensional.
Okay.
Who do you think is the best champ for AEW as far as being the first champion of the AEW? But we're gonna go ahead and say the first 2 acquired. That way we're double. Yeah. See what?
Okay.
Like we are a very advanced podcast, folks.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna hold y'all down for about 10, 15 more minutes, and y'all gonna see exactly how greatness is done. 2 people,
right.
But who did I say? I said Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph.
Definitely Dolph. I think he's already there in his head.
Okay. and who's your other guy?
Other guy, to be honest, if this were 2 weeks ago, I would have said Sasha Banks, being in the women's division. But now I'm gonna have to marinate on it. You do one, and then I'll do my second, then you do your second. That way to be more competitive.
Okay, so this one.
I love talking to my homie, man. That's just dope.
But this choice I have is pretty obvious, but I think probably you and everybody else has forgotten about him because, to be honest, they haven't done shit with him either, and he just can't, buy any TV time, if he was ordering from Domino's or Pizza Hut combined. And this guy that I'm talking about calls himself the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev.
That's a good look, because where in the fuck has Rusev been? Where in the fuck has Rusev been? Why?
Well, training for one,
why?
According to his Instagram.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker's he's Diesel now, man.
Yeah,
he's Diesel. But okay, look, as far as that one, I will say that I think that he may even be like a Bray Wyatt in the thing, just taking a hiatus and just getting up to the so he can do the Muscle Man dance type of thing, because he's definitely now Vince's type. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it's a thing like that, to where it's not. But like I got the dopest hot take after that, because I did my first one, which was Dolph. You said him, but like then go ahead and elaborate on Rusev though. Definitely. Then I'm going to go ahead and give mine, and it's going to blow your mind. Not really blow your mind, but it's going to be like, word, that would work.
Okay. The reason why I would say Rusev is a good fit for AEW is because, number one, I just think Rusev's style, man. I just think, his overall athleticism. And I think, too, another ability that is long unused for Rusev is his power. You got to let the guy display his strength. I mean, yes, we know, as I just said, you know, his athleticism is intergalactic.
Yeah.
But you got to let him use the core of what makes him the character that he is. I mean, he calls himself the Bulgarian Brute, as in brute strength. You have to let him display his power and really be a dominant force inside of the ring. And I think if he goes to AEW, I think he will definitely get that chance to show off that brute strength and really, you know, display the type of abilities, not only physically, but character-wise as well.
Oh, hey, you know what? This is why this is one of the greatest wrestling podcasts on the planet right now, because exactly how you said that, which is weird. We haven't seen Lana at all in months. And this is almost seeming like the Dean Ambrose effect. Like where Dean Ambrose kind of went away, and then when he came back, he was just a whole different person, more diesel, more like you could tell that he'd just been in the gym and doing his thing. But the fact that Lana hasn't been there at all, and truthfully, Lana's never going to get a run at a WWE Women's title, but she has a name. She could go... she could go to the AEW.
Good beer, ladies and gentlemen.
She could go to AEW and put over, truthfully, and I ain't going to say put over as far as losing to, but like get the women's division rolling. Lana would be perfect, and then she would be perfect to go over with somebody like Rusev. That's fucking crazy. I think maybe that whole Rusev thing that you got there is a definite go. So I think you maybe beat me so far. I think that's a go. Rusev is definitely getting ready for AEW switch. Word.
There it is.
You got me. You son of a shit.
Man.
No, because I kind of thought about it. I was like, shit, okay. Dolph. But my thing, shit, I think Dolph is truthfully a prospect too. But like, I think Rusev is like maybe already like done. Like, so yeah. I mean, but my thing, I think it's a toss up, but I could definitely see Rusev, especially for not seeing Lana for so long. So yeah, that was definitely a weirdo. Yeah, you got me. You got me. My secondary, Rey Mysterio Jr. I think Rey Mysterio Jr. Yeah, I think Rey Mysterio Jr. is being buried like a motherfucker. Like they literally had him in a match with Andrade. 2 out of 3 falls match, and he lost fall 1 and fall 2. Conan's already spoke out and said that Vince McMahon and Rey Mysterio don't see eye to eye on certain things, and Rey Mysterio's like a real one to where he kind of fucking puts his shit out there to where it's like, nah, like he's gonna speak up for himself. He's a man. So he's never gonna get that push again because he's not on top. Like he's at the end of his career. I think that Rey Mysterio is being buried. And because my thing, and this is my thing. In a match with Andrade, that's a 3 fall match. Period. For how they both work. They're not gonna have Rey Mysterio lose 2 falls in a row. That's that's almost the ultimate burial of a guy like Rey Mysterio. And against another Mexican guy too. That in itself, like that's very disrespectful in how they treated Rey Mysterio. I think Rey Mysterio will leave and finish his career off in the AEW, and he may even end up. I mean, because I think, damn, I almost gave away the damn end of the podcast. I think that Mysterio may end up being the second AEW World Heavyweight Champion of the world and retire.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I mean,
hey, George, you only have the greatest fucking tag team in the world over there in the Lucha Brothers. I mean, you may beg to get different.
That is a very good point you make, my friend. Yeah, I think that could definitely work. As you said, I definitely feel like if Rey Mysterio does indeed decide to make a move over to All Elite Wrestling, I definitely feel like he could make an impact in that main event division, you know, with the Jerichos and the Adam Pages and the Moxley.
Hey, is it just me, or does AEW make you not love wrestling again? I liked wrestling for about 2-3 years again, But AEW is making me love wrestling again because the possibilities are endless. You feel me?
You know, and the thing of it is, I think the reason why you and me, I'll say, are starting to fall in love with wrestling again as opposed to just liking it is because AEW is really bringing that essence back in professional wrestling. Like they're bringing, as they originally stated before, that sports centric type of atmosphere to their product. Like they're really making this seem like a sport,
definitely,
as opposed to sports entertainment.
Yep.
I mean, the sit down interviews, the pre-show,
weigh-ins,
all of that stuff. Yeah, the weigh-ins, all of that. That's what legitimate sports, that's what legitimate sports do. Sports organizations, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, sports. Yeah, definitely.
That's what they do.
Yep.
So
your second guy.
I can see why you
you're falling in love.
You're falling in love with wrestling again.
Because it's the like I said, the possibilities, like even almost like trades, like in football, like shit. Didn't I forget who it was because I don't really watch football like that. But one of the big dudes, like the actual, not even just on the field, but like he has a big reputation outside of the field, like whatever. Beckham or some shit. Not Beckham.
Oh, Odell Beckham?
Yeah, didn't he just get traded or some shit? Like I said, I don't watch football. Yeah. Barry Sanders ain't playing, so I don't watch. But yeah, like that shit is like, damn, like, who would have thought? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know. How about that? Boom. Right. So why'd I even bring it up? But yeah.
No, but I mean, he is a Cleveland Brown, though. He is a Cleveland Brown.
So he switched over. Word. But that's almost the same thing. It's like, okay, look. Truthfully, like it almost breaks into kayfabe as far as people like Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens is kind of putting out his concerns and like his grievances with the WWE. Like shit, maybe there's some real things in there to where it's like shit. Maybe some of it is real, and maybe he's fucking weighing out his options. Maybe he'll fucking show up at AEW. But damn, I can't say anything else because you got one more. Damn, Kevin Owens wasn't yours, was it? Your second?
No.
God, damn, I just fucked. All right, I'm good. So we're in the clear, folks. As soon as I said Kevin Owens, I'm like, man, what was it? All right, your second.
No. Okay, so my second.
You like that? Yeah, you like that Rey Mysterio one though, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good, and that could actually end up happening too, folks. Like don't get it wrong. Like, the wrestling business these days, especially, with people, not being, satisfied creatively or whatnot. I mean, sure, they want good money, but most importantly, they want to make sure that they're using or getting their characters used to the best of their ability.
Especially at the tail end of their career, because my thing is Rey Mysterio has 3 years at most, 3 to 5 years at most, and he has to quit. If not, I'm gonna just I may have to start a damn GoFundMe, not for money, but just for like nigga stop, nigga stop votes. No fun. But who's your second, man?
Oh man,
second guy.
But my second person that I believe could eventually transition over to AEW. Now this one is going to definitely be a curveball.
Yeah, bet.
So just get ready.
I ain't gonna say a word.
I think for some reason, just for some reason or another, I think that maybe we could see Samoa Joe.
Ooh.
And all Elite Wrestling.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what his contract situation is.
I'm not going to say a word to you, dumb. Oh.
I don't know what his contract situation is. Yeah. But Samoa Joe has not won a match in 3 years.
Damn it, dude.
has not, even come close
Yeah.
to winning. I mean, he's been in the Universal and WWE title picture, but it has nowhere near come close of winning the championship.
Yep.
And he's only got maybe like, a 10-second microwavable, a 10-second microwavable hamburger
push
of a U.S. title run.
Yeah.
And other than that, he's basically just been a glorified enhancement talent. So,
hey, do you mind?
The possibilities are endless.
And they just put him in. They put him in as a fucking assist for the damn Roman Reigns shit, and it kind of took away the whole Samoa Joe fucking stigma of being like a badass that don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yep. Yep.
These niggas could fuck.
Because I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm telling you, man.
That's the only thing that he has. That's all that he has. I mean, other than wrestling ability, I'm not gonna take anything away from wrestling ability, but as far as character and personality, that's all that he has, and they took that away. Damn, you got two good ones. I think I'm gonna bet on you. Other than mine. Fuck.
No, because look, man. One thing too about the professional wrestling business is that if you do have good lawyers and attorneys and agents, the most unusual of situations can happen.
Oh yeah.
Because I guarantee you, John Moxley, the way he was able to
maneuver,
the way he was able to wait. No, I was just gonna say the way he was able to wait out those whole 10 months before he actually got out of his contract. I guarantee you, he's got a really good agent.
Yeah.
And his agent was giving him some good advice of like, you know what?
Yeah.
Just wait it out. Just do what you need to do as far as like, your last bit of, putting somebody over or whatever the case may be. And then we get the hell up out of here.
Yep. Genius.
And I think
genius.
Yeah.
How you do
and
it.
I think Samoa Joe, I don't know what his agent is like or what have you, but I just got this feeling, man, like
word.
Whether it's like early 2020 or middle 2020, if he keeps getting, buried in the proverbial WWE grave, I think he's eventually just gonna, get up out that grave, dust himself off, and go elsewhere.
Get to being one of the main guys.
Yeah.
Well, guys, as we said, we're going to make this a short one, but we're going to do this last issue because my thing is, like we said, we stated our claim at the very beginning of the podcast as far as content. We're not going to elaborate on it because we have around 2 weeks until this match. Oh, we got 8 days until this match happens, I believe. So, look, we may do it. We may even do an impromptu. What the fuck is that? Probably my girl. But we were going to do an impromptu, maybe, podcast a day before All In. If you're down. You know what? You know what? Fuck that. We're going to go over to George Kennebrew's podcast, Lateral Press, and do our predictions of All In this Friday, right? No, it's not. Oh no, it's next week. It's next week.
Next week, yeah.
Next week. Wow. Next week we're going to do our official predictions for the entire main card of All In. Of All Out. Yep, I keep calling it in. Damn. Of All Out on the Lateral Press. We may cover it on Wednesday, but we are not going, or Wednesday of next week, but we are not going to give any predictions. In order to find out our predictions on All Out, we have to jump on over to Facebook and listen to the Lateral Press for the predictions. But to end this podcast, the only thing that I want to ask you is Adam Page or Chris Jericho? Who is the best champion to be the first champ of the AEW?
As much as it pains me to say this, And gosh, I want to see this guy really get his due because he's busted his ass, for these years, and he made a name for himself in New Japan, and he got himself over. And I think when it is his time to become AEW champion, I know he's gonna carry AEW and represent AEW well.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to go, and the only reason why I'm choosing this guy is because being that WWE
shit's critical.
Yeah.
Being
Being that WWE is now officially, laying down the gauntlet with AEW.
Battle mode, folks.
I gotta say Chris Jericho, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna tell y'all why.
Mm-hmm.
Before all of you, start sending me hate comments, on this particular episode, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Mm-hmm. And this is not because I want to see Adam Page not become the champion, or because I dislike Adam Page, because I don't. Mm-mm. The reason why I say Chris Jericho is because if you're really a smart businessman,
100%, folks. Listen, folks, this is 100.
If you're a really smart businessman, which I believe Tony Khan is, and knowing that you've got a competitor like WWE, the quintessential #1 pro wrestling organization on the entire planet, if you're really trying to make an impact with your company, and if you're really trying to be a threat to WWE, and especially since y'all are about to head to prime time.
Yes, sir.
Just a couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks, like the next week or so after one of your big pay-per-views, you want to make the biggest splash you could possibly make against WWE. And how do you do it? You put the belt on an established, world-recognized
familiar
star,
face,
like Chris Jericho.
And then another thing that's crazy.
Chris Jericho.
My bad.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and after you do that, you go out. If you're AEW, you go out on that first annual episode on TNT, and you let Chris Jericho kick the show off.
Cut a classic.
And you have him say, "You're welcome," and just let him get that heel heat from the AEW fans, and you show his face on TNT, and then you leave it up to the WWE fans out there of like, okay, I just saw Chris Jericho on TNT, AEW, and he's a world champion again.
With one of the most beautiful fucking championship belts that I've seen. That shit is.
Oh yeah.
That shit's more. That shit is. I'll put it this way. You remember the NWA belt, and whatnot, but that belt, the AEW belt. I'll say it now. The AEW World Championship belt, World Heavyweight Championship belt, is, in my opinion, the #1 most prestigious looking belt of all time. Fuck it, I said it. That belt is fire. That belt is.
I can agree with that.
It looks like. I'll put it this way: if every belt in the world, I'm not gonna include boxing, as far as MMA and wrestling, if there was an ultimate everything fighting champion, Fedor in his prime should have had the AEW belt and not any of the other belts. You feel me?
Wow, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that should be the ultimate Fedor championship belt.
Yeah,
100.
But that's what you do. But that's what you do if you're a smart businessman and you're an up and coming company, but you have established stars, and you're trying to compete with the WWE. Like I said, Adam Page. The good thing about it is too, y'all. Y'all
he has years. Yeah, he has years.
Adam Page has so much youth. Okay, and his best days are so ahead of him, because I bet y'all didn't even know this. Watch this, AG. I'm about to blow your mind even more, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? I didn't even know that." Check this out, haters,
what's cracking?
shot sniffers, whatever. Did y'all know that Adam Page is only 27 years old?
I did know that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I bet y'all didn't know that, did you?
Hey, but the only thing that kills me though with it is, or go ahead and finish yours, and then I'm gonna give my quick synopsis of mine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was just gonna say, in case y'all didn't know, Adam Page is 27 years old. Okay, he hasn't even reached 30 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what he's gonna be like when he actually gets into his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when, like, AEW will be well established by then.
Yeah.
Like going out, you know what I'm saying, doing similar stuff to what WWE is doing, just on a lighter level. But just imagine what Adam Page is going to be like when he actually does reach the prime of his career.
Yeah, but
and as a world champion. So the thing of it is, like I said, for all of you that will get upset with me, which I don't understand why, you got to understand, like, AEW is trying to compete with WWE now.
Yeah.
They're trying to take the crown. They're trying to become the #1 professional wrestling organization on the planet. Okay?
Yeah.
And the best route, the easiest route to go about doing that, at least in the beginning stages, is you put the world championship on a recognized name.
Yeah, on a guy. On a guy that's already been a guy. You don't you don't name a new guy. Like we're in we watch WWE weekly. We still don't even know who the fucking guy is. We think that damn Becky Lynch may be the guy. We think you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't even know who the guy is.
But here's the point. But here's the point. Okay? Younger superstars are made when they beat more established stars than them. I don't care what nobody tells you. That is how young superstars are made. When you build them up properly, and then once they're fully built, you have them face that world, like I said, that widely recognized, established veteran, and then you put the younger superstar over. That's how they're made. So when Adam Hangman Page is properly built up, probably within the next year, him and Jericho are going to go at it again, and that is when they're going to give him his crowning moment and put the AEW title on them.
My phone almost died. I feel you though.
Wow.
No, that's definite.
That's the only thing. But that's the only thing that makes sense. Like at this point in time,
I mean,
you put the belt on Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because for what it is, it's gonna be to a lot of people, it's gonna be the first eyes on a new wrestling product. So, Chris Jericho being crowned like the champ at the time is definitely gonna look good. But the only thing that kind of gets me, and for AEW and them being the kind of promotion that they are, and kind of a rebel promotion, almost like how ECW was, like I could see them what they call swerving, because just how you say Adam Page is 27. Possible. Yeah, like Adam Page is 27, but then we forget that guys like Sammy Guevara is 26. And then guys like Maxwell Jacob Friedman is the future of wrestling, and he's 23 years old. So my thing is like, shit, maybe they don't want, or I'll put it this way, maybe Chris Jericho doesn't want to be the guy to drop the belt to MJF, because he has a lot of Chris Jericho characteristics. So maybe they are going to be the actual future of professional wrestling, and maybe bury it's not going to be a burial period. Like, and that's the thing that's dope about AEW. They're not going to bury anyone. It's a team effort, and that's why I fuck with AEW. But this is going to be great come October 3rd on was it TNT?
Yeah,
TNT. I'm
dubbing it the fall. I'm dubbing it the fall of wrestling.
Definitely.
Because you're going to get
No, that's the
AEW.
rise of wrestling. This is the rise of wrestling. Fuck that.
No.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me clear, Aaron. Like, flow with me here. The fall of wrestling.
I got you, fall, yeah.
Yes, there we go.
About to say that.
October,
Yeah.
fall, yes. Not them actually,
not the WWE. Not the WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the WWE, but the actual season, like the fall of wrestling.
That's a good
This
pun.
Is what I'm
That's a dope pun. Word.
I
may have to. Hey, that may have to be the episode of this. So you want to save it for the other one, since we're gonna be more on the.
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean, that's
we'll figure
fine.
it out. We'll figure it out, guys.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But it's gonna be.
But the fall of wrestling is definitely coming. AEW, NXT, and WWE SmackDown Live. Oh, and don't forget that other company.
Was it TNA?
When you talk about tradition.
Oh, NWA.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be in Atlanta too, which is really fucking fire. You know that, right? Yep. They're doing the television tapings here in Atlanta, so that's gonna be fucking fire. I'm already trying to get. I'm trying to get at them niggas already. It is what it is, man. Dear Vince Podcast, episode 13. I got pee. This was a great episode, to be totally honest. Like, this is one of the crowning moments of episode. This is like the G1. This is the G1 of episodes. If y'all watched it, this shit flowed like a son of a bitch. I hope you all enjoyed this shit. It's me. It's
Get ready
beer
for
drink.
The fall of wrestling, folks.
Definitely the fall of wrestling.
October is going to be a monumental year for professional wrestling, and it happened. 20 years after the Monday Night War.
And how do you get to the lateral press? Because if you guys want our predictions on AEW All Out, you're gonna have to watch it on the lateral press. I believe a week from now. Really simple.
Really simple. All you have to do is strictly go to Facebook and search up the Weekly Slam, and you will find all of my lateral press on Facebook Live there. So again, that's Facebook, and search the Weekly Slam in the search box, and just scroll down, and you will see my lovely face.
And exactly, and that's what I was just about to say. Newsflash, y'all. It will be a live, but at the same time, it will be a video live. So it won't be just a regular, normal audio podcast. It will be a live video audio podcaster where you can see, and truthfully, we could even interact with you. You can comment and ask questions. So definitely go over to Facebook, check us out. Or truthfully, I ain't gonna say us. He's been doing that for a minute, guys. And I'm going to go in and put in my 2 cents, and we're gonna see what it does. Like I said, if you want our predictions, go over there. It is what it was gonna be, man. Oh, there you go. Holy shit! It is what it is. We are done.
That's all we gotta say, man.
Episode 13.
We're out of here, man.
Episode 13, Lucky 13.
Yep. Dear Vince Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, that sucks for you and your mother too.
Hey, yo.